And welcome back, everyone. We're in the final episode of final week, of God of War, episode 21 today, 22 tomorrow, 23 on Wednesday.
Or whenever we feel like releasing it. We don't necessarily know if it'll be tomorrow.
It's going to be tomorrow, because I know.
Nope.
It's going to be tomorrow, because I like to keep to schedules. So, we're actually seeing all the blueprints for, the traps that are in Pandora's temple, which is actually kind of interesting. I like things like this, but they're low res, so they don't really provide a lot of detail. But it's kind of a nice little, backstory as to what goes on. So the note reads, "Tried to stop me. She said the gods were fools, that I was a fool. She may be right, but they came to me. They believed in me. She had to be stopped, but now they are gone. My entire family. I cannot go on." I think I missed the last sentence, but I'm not going to rewind. But yeah, he stabbed his wife, and now we get to rip her head off. And Kratos is given that face of just like, yeah.
Well, I mean, have you ever tried to rip a skull off?
Honestly, I can say I never have.
And
you
never have. You never can.
Yeah, I know. Oh, and I like how the little flashes of light were like off center.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah. Like the eyes were not set right or whatever, but hey, whatever. Or whatever. I said that like 4 times in a very short period of time. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got this episode where we're finishing up Pandora's Temple today. Then tomorrow we got an episode doing the interim stuff, going back to Athens and stuff. That whole backtracking deal, which backtracking sucks, but hey, this game doesn't do it often, so I'm gonna forgive it. And then the final episode where we actually beat the game and stuff happens. Plot closure.
I just want to know why he's pale.
You'll find out in this episode, actually.
I better find out why he's
You will. I actually looked before we started recording so I could see to make sure that ahead I already made it and subtitled it so you can understand it. Thumbs up. Wonder Team powers. Go! Eduardo's just on his phone, not really giving a shit about all this.
Because I want to know why he's pale.
You will. Calm.
And also I'm
cool. Collector. We're going into.
I'm also multitasking.
We're going
now.
into Zeus's gizzard.
His gizzard?
Yeah, his throat. Because it's just below his mouth. Or unless you want to say we're going into his chin, which is still weird.
I'd rather go into his chin.
The Zeus chin. The Crimson Chin.
Here comes the Crimson Chin!
Thank you. So, what did I want to ask you guys?
8 inches.
No, Eduardo, I don't want to know how long you like your sandwiches to be.
Well, I'm just saying, if I ever ask for one and you don't give me an 8-inch sub, I'm going to be probably upset.
What, you're going to be upset if I give you a 10-inch?
What am I going to do with those extra 2 inches? I totally set you up for it.
Say it. I know.
Just say it.
You set me up, Eduardo. Excuse me. So, yeah, we get to go across this room that has rollers of death. Which, to be honest, aren't that bad. But here's the thing.
You have to fight the enemies.
You have to fight a bunch of enemies. And you can't just stop on these platforms. Because if you stop on the platforms, they shoot fire after a little bit. So that's why you see me never stay on a platform for too long. I kind of jump on it, kill the archer, and then leave. So, I don't have any magic, unfortunately, so I can't use the Army of Hades, which would be ideal. But the one thing I can suggest is there are a couple of tricks that you can use in order to survive easier. Generally, it's best if you get in between 2 of these platforms because although the floor is moving, you get stuck on the platforms.
I was about to ask you that if that would work.
That's what I did in my test run, but I figured that was going to be kind of boring and also it's a little bit more difficult to do. Technically, because you're in a stationary position and you're being assaulted by a bunch of enemies. So moving around is best, but it's also easier if if you keep running into the rollers constantly, because obviously you're not going to be rolling into getting damaged by walking into just a platform or whatever. I mean, you could if you were very uncoordinated, but you know that's generally not the case with Kratos. But yeah, your biggest enemies in this are actually the harpies.
The herpes?
The harpies are your biggest enemy because they keep dive bombing you. And they do that...
Kamikaze herpes.
They're kamikaze herpes, and they do that fire attack, which, you know, yeah, I'm not going to go any further than that. But, yeah, they knock you around, and it's kind of annoying. But what can you do other than just whacking them? And if you have enough magic to do the Army of Hades, go nuts with it. Because that's going to make things a ton easier for you if you're playing along.
Says you.
Says me. The guy who played through this already.
Look, until we actually see you play, let's hold off.
Yeah, I totally nabbed this footage from YouTube.
Clearly.
That's why I'm always surprised when I'm seeing, like, you know,
That's why you never remember it, what you did.
That, and also why I can never remember why I didn't cut things out. Because it totally was not me playing. But yeah, we got all the enemies. All but one. So, let's get this last harpy.
Harpy?
Yeah, yes, Eduardo, get the last harpy. And now we're just going to run around and just transfer between two opposing directional moving platforms and run really fast. It's like whoosh. But yeah, it's kind of silly now. Like, it's like they have a certain number of harpies that spawn at any one given time, like 4 or 5, and if you kill one, there's like a queue behind it. But there's not like a general pool of harpies. So if you kill like 5 herpes from...
Herpes.
I said herpes.
I know, but I wanted to say it.
So you kill 5 of them from one group. It will... it only reduces that group by 5. All the others still have their
Pandora's
normal
box?
amount. Yeah, that is Pandora's box.
Finally!
Yeah,
oh my god. Now it's raining and night out?
Yeah, and it's a cutscene. A very low-res, pre-rendered cutscene.
Oh, for whatever.
Which is always fun.
reason.
Oh, and that totally is not us getting the power.
I just jizzed in my pants.
Thank you, head of Athena.
There is still time to save Athens.
Eh,
Bring the box
they were pretty messed up before you got there.
Yeah, I know.
Return to Athens.
I mean, it's been, what, 3 days and Kratos still hasn't leveled the city? I'm surprised. To be quite honest.
Yeah.
He's a god of war. He's, like, super big and he's invincible. So...
I'm actually kind of surprised at that, too.
The one thing I do like about this, and I remember seeing this when I was going through the
Are the
video...
reflections shaking?
Yes.
Oh.
And look how far we go down, and the reflections are still there. And they actually are accurate.
That's actually pretty
It's
cool.
actually really cool. I wasn't really expecting that. But it is a PS2 era game.
Which they remade for the PS3, so that could
Yeah,
be
but-
something they remade.
Yeah, but they wouldn't update.
And now
like-
it's daylight.
Yeah, they wouldn't update like the graphic, the reflections and stuff like that.
Oh, really? You gotta, like, push the box?
Yeah, and this is annoying. The Pandora's box is so heavy. If you kick it, it doesn't go anywhere. Like it goes like maybe a foot.
Please tell me you don't have to fight enemies.
No, you only have to go out. We have to leave the temple, and that's it.
Oh, thank God.
Once we leave the temple with the box, we're set.
It just spawns you in Athens again?
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank God. Because that would blow if you had a...
You had to push it all the way back, through the desert, back up the mountain. Oh yeah, that's how far the box goes when you do a full charge kick.
After 1,000 years,
Oh, 1,000 years.
last freed of its confines.
It would suck if we died just right now and someone else just came and took the box and said, "Hey, look at that! I won!"
Far away in Athens.
Yeah, look at that. He's like blown buildings away and he didn't destroy the
Has it
city
been like
yet.
3 days?
Yeah, it's even when we're climbing Kronos, it says for 3 days he climbed.
But you will not live long enough to see it opened.
Oh yeah, a big pillar.
See to that.
He is like the most accurate javelin thrower ever.
Seriously.
Look at that. It's going so far.
For all eternity.
Oh yeah, we're dead.
Wow.
Began
We're
to
dead.
leave Kratos. His thoughts returned to that fateful night.
Please tell me why he's pale.
It does. I promise. I promise it does.
The memories, the visions would not fade. For how could he
Whoops.
forget? spilling the blood of his own family.
Whoops. You'll see.
A trick orchestrated by the god of war.
My wife, my child, how they were left in Sparta.
You are becoming
Whoops.
all I'd hoped you'd be, Kratos. Now, with your wife and child dead, nothing will hold you back. You'll become even stronger. You will become death itself.
But as the flames
Way to be a
consumed
dick.
him,
Yeah.
Kratos realized his
You know what I find interesting, though,
God
is the
saved
whole...
his life.
Oh, the bad guy is going to think, I can make this guy have as much hatred as everyone else and be super powerful and be on my side. By
Because
something
that works
I-
every time.
Star Wars.
The mark of your terrible deed will be visible to all. The ashes of your wife and child will remain fastened to your skin, never to be removed.
Oh, okay.
So this is why
War would not
Kratos
be the beast he had
is
become.
white.
His skin white with the ash of his dead family. The ghost of Sparta had been born.
I mean,
So-
except for that tattoo, it just stays
Yeah,
red.
it actually... Yeah, it's weird.
He had failed.
But that is why Kratos is the ghost of Sparta.
You could just let him have it.
And his cursed soul was
Yeah.
cast into the fires of Hades.
Whoops.
So now that he's dead,
And Kratos fell into the underworld.
Oh yeah, we're dead.
Beckoning below. The currents strong enough to carry even the strongest mortal to his eternal resting place.
Look at that tomato soup.
Kratos had no intention of resting yet.
Of course not. This is Kratos. And he's falling really fast. Like, holy crap.
To Earth and complete his quest.
yeah.
Let go, fool!
Oh yeah.
Drag me down to
Oh, it's this guy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. We left him and we pushed him down the throat of the Hydra in the very first second
I was
episode.
saying.
you again! Go!
Whack.
Oh, that was a nice reunion.
Yeah, and we killed him. Yay!
That's not too bad.
No, not really.
He deserved it.
But yeah, that is basically... Now we're in Hades.
All right, so now I can just go home now.
Yeah, no,
I figured out why he's pale.
You figured out why. You're done.
All right, I'm
All
going,
things-
guys.
Yep,
I'll see ya.
bye, Eduardo. See you around. He actually left the room. Whoops. See you guys next time.